Hey guys, Scripto here with another video. Star Wars Trilogy deal. No. Lucasfilm taps Simon Kinberg to write and produce. Hold on a sec. Lucasfilm has closed a deal with Simon Kinberg to develop a trilogy of Star Wars films. Kinberg will write the trio and produce them with Lucasfilm chief Kathleen Kennedy. With Kathleen Kennedy. Well, at least she's finally... I've been saying, if you guys have been watching my videos, what have I been saying this whole time? They send scripts to her and other people higher up in Lucasfilm, and they send them back with so many notes on them that people give up. Patty Jenkins. This is the rumor why Patty Jenkins left. This is the rumor why Stephen Knight left. Because they're basically having to completely rewrite it every single time because Kathy isn't pleased. That's what I've been told, that she's a nightmare to work with. This is the rumors. So, at least now she's going to actually... Because I've been saying this whole time, put your own name on it. Why don't you write it then? If you're going to keep sending the scripts back and saying no to everybody, why don't you write it then? So at least this time, it looks like, if this ever happens, it's probably not going to, but she's actually going to be writing with the person. The only thing I would think, though, is Kinberg, how are you going to do that? If she's that controlling, does anyone want Kathleen Kennedy actually writing a Star Wars movie? Actually? I know she should, because she's, again, controls everything, but... I don't know, I almost feel like it'll be even worse. Even though I guess technically she's the one making these decisions anyway, so whatever. But I wouldn't want to be this guy. I hope they're paying him a lot of money. I heard this will comprise episodes 10 to 12 of the Skywalker saga that began with George Lucas's first film, which, along with Steven Spielberg's Jaws, reshaped the global blockbuster game. So this basically means they were going to do the Rey movie. And there was rumors from the beginning that it was going to be episode 10. And then they kind of said it wasn't. And then it's been a nightmare scenario trying to come up with ideas and writers. And they went through the first two guys, and then they brought in Stephen Knight, then he's gone. And so I guess now they just decided to just say, oh, it's episode 10, and now we're going to do another trilogy. Who wants to see a Rey trilogy? Are they out of their mind? They're nuts. They're nuts. It's not a Skywalker... okay, the Skywalker saga, they're the ones who came up with that name, was supposed to be 9 films. They're the ones who called it that, and they're the ones that said episode 9 was the finale to the Skywalker saga, and everyone's dead. Rey is a Palpatine. Everyone is dead. Everyone associated with the Skywalkers is dead. Or are they going to go this route? And this was rumored by a lot of people, or at least it wasn't rumored. It was like a theory that when Ben healed her, he somehow through the Force impregnated Rey. I said that was a possibility because they're that stupid that they would do something like that. Guys, that's... How else? Where else can they go? Where else can they go? It can't be a Skywalker saga. It can't be a continuation. It was supposed to end. But then they can say, look, it is a Skywalker saga because, look, there's another Skywalker. It's the ultimate Skywalker because it's the product of a Palpatine and a Skywalker. Guys, this is the first movie. If it ever comes out, it'll be 4 years from now. Bro, when I'm right, remember that supposedly leaked image of pregnant Rey? That looked like it was coming from somebody's camera at a celebration. And then it was immediately squashed as fake. Not immediately, but within a few days. It was a lot of speculation. Just saying. I don't know, but that would be the only way they could do this. And have it make sense storyline-wise, even though it's really awful. Insiders disputed my intel that Kinberg will continue that storyline, saying this instead will begin a new saga and sit alongside percolating Star Wars projects with James Mangold, Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, Taika Waititi, and Donald Glover. As usual, Lucasfilm and Disney are not commenting. Well, you can't do the Sharmeen Obaid movie if you're doing an episode 10. So I think what they are doing is the like I've been saying, when they delayed the Rey movie, it wasn't delayed, it was canceled. And they just didn't want to come out and say it was canceled because Kathy's projects continuously get canceled, including this will likely also get canceled. I'm usually right, guys. I'm not always right, but it's not, and I'm not saying that because I'm some kind of smart guy. I just know how these people think, right? That's why. That's why when they said it was delayed, it was actually canceled. And then they were going to come out and do and say something new or something else, and here it is. They're going to do this trilogy instead. At least they're saying that. We'll see if it actually happens. Kinberg previously worked with Lucasfilm in co-creating with Dave Filoni and Carrie Beck the Emmy-nominated animated series Star Wars Rebels that ran for 4 seasons from 14 to 18. He also was a consultant on Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, and J.J. Abrams' directed film that revived the franchise in 2015. Okay, so going back to the pregnant Rey idea. Hey, it's Sydney Sweeney. Going back to the pregnant Rey idea. So this guy's not adverse to crazy ideas. I know people don't think of it now, but at the time, Inquisitors was a really crazy idea. Really crazy idea. If you really think about it. Because here you are, you've had Order 66. There's 50 or so Jedi still alive, or whatever they said it was, 100 or something. And in the EU, Darth Vader's task, because Darth Vader doesn't need to run the Empire. He doesn't need to run groups of ships and stuff. They got admirals, they got all kinds of guys that can do stuff like that. So what Darth Vader's task was after Order 66 was to go around the galaxy finding Jedi and murdering them, which is what he did. But these guys, Filoni and Kinberg, came up with this Inquisitor idea where former Jedi are somehow being trusted by Palpatine to turn dark and hunt other Jedi. Think of how ludicrous that idea actually is. Like, you're Palpatine, and Vader comes up to you, he's like, yeah, I brought a bunch of these Jedi under my wing, and we're gonna turn them into dark side users, and they're gonna go around and kill Jedi for me. Sound good? No. No, it doesn't. How can you trust these people? I need you to kill them. So that was a nuts idea at the time. Nuts. And then you get the stupid helicopter sabers, all the crap. So this guy's totally into really wild ideas. So I'm telling you, pregnant Rey. I'm calling it. She's going to have a Palpatine Skywalker baby and continue the saga. I will bet dollars to donuts. He was also a consultant in Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Yeah, okay, we already said that. He's also been heavily involved in other franchises as writer and or producer. That includes a decade spent in the X-Men films and the Logan spin-off film that starred Hugh Jackman and was directed by Mangold. I will say, yeah, like you go to his Wikipedia page. I mean, the guy's done... I mean, they're picking somebody who knows what he's doing. Again, I'm not saying from a writing standpoint necessarily, but even then, he does have some good writing. The best movies he's made, though, like the Martian one, Best Picture, he did not write. Right? Elysium is a really good movie. He did not write that. Some of these movies are good, but again, they're not as deep. So, like X-Men Apocalypse was kind of meh. He wrote that. Dark Phoenix, I kind of like it, but a lot of people weren't super big fans of that one. Like, kind of the lesser X-Men movies he tended to write. But the guy has produced a ton of pretty major movies, guys. Like, this is no joke. And I've been saying all along, hire people that are qualified. Stop hiring people because of their skin color or whatever. Just hire people because of their qualifications, period. He also got a thanks credit on Rogue One. So anyway, so he's definitely qualified. He's won some awards. But again, he is very into wild ideas. And I mean, when you're doing Marvel and stuff, those are wild ideas. So whether or not that translates to Star Wars very well is certainly debatable. He was also producer of the first two Deadpool films, executive producer. Okay, we just looked at all that. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, which I thought was pretty cool. He also produced the Kenneth Branagh Agatha Christie film trilogy that started with Murder on the Orient Express. He's comfortable in the franchise sphere. Upcoming, Kinberg is producing Paramount's remake of Stephen King's The Running Man, which just went into production. Edgar Wright is directing Glenn Powell. Yada, 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 yada. He also is attached to produce Paramount's Star Trek movie directed by Toby Haynes and penned by Seth Grahame-Smith. Okay, so does that mean... Hold on a sec. Yeah, so he's going to write and produce. He's not going to direct. Okay, so I'm wrong. So Charmaine could still technically be the director of Episode 10. Episode 10. It's very possible. But the problem here is I don't think anyone wants to see, like, what is it with Kathleen Kennedy? She does these self-inserts, right? All these brunettes. And why would she think we want another Rey? We got a Rey trilogy. We don't want another one. And it's pretty sad to me that you have a Luke Skywalker trilogy, essentially, in the originals. And he's so beloved that he gets one other movie where he's a faded, fraction of his former self. Not even his former self, some new guy. But then Kathleen Kennedy has the gall to take this character who is not popular, but it's her self-insert and she's a girl, and now she's getting 6 movies about her? You couldn't give Luke, some time in The Force Awakens and make him himself? Even if he had to die in the trilogy, fine. But at least make him himself. Couldn't do that, but Rey gets 6 movies? It's just... this is nuts. What do you guys... Let me know in the comment section. Like, do you guys really want this? Do you think this is even going to work? Maybe they'll do the 10th one and it'll fail and then they'll just stop. That's hopefully what happens, because there's no way. But anyway, they did pick a qualified guy, but again, he is into crazy things. And like I said, my prediction is pregnant Rey. It's coming, dude. It's coming. It's the only way they can do this. It's the only way. It's the only way it makes sense. It's the only way. So let me know in the comment section what you think. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. Also, help the channel. Feel free to check out anything else on my channel. Have yourselves a very good day.